The impression I got when I asked you that question as to when the rot started was that it's like you didn't even meet it, you know, in some measure of decency.
No, it wasn't what we read about in the books. It wasn't what a judge like J.I.C. Taylor left. Very legendary fellow.
It wasn't as ideal.
Yes, when I came in, I mean, I'm talking about barely over 20 years.
But it's gotten worse.
But since then, I mean, it's gotten worse. I've seen papers filed by colleagues. I've seen situations where, I mean, even the rendition of lawyers, the quality has gone down considerably. I have said it here before, that the quality of representation we see today, even in political cases, is appalling.
Well, this Justice Mustafa some time ago said, quote, the judiciary in Nigeria was perceived negatively because it was slow to meet its challenges, both intellectually and factually. I mean, these days you see a lot of quote-unquote political cases.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that has to do with politics, frivolous injunctions here and there. Yeah. Some of the politicians even call it black market injunctions. Even some lawyers too, because I remember one was summoned some time ago saying, hey, how did he say that? And then you have this Iberi matter, you have so many matters coming up, and Nigerians just sit back and look and say, what is going on? We thought that this arm of government should know better.
Yes. I mean, we keep seeing all these funny cases, and then when you hear somebody as high as the CJN saying such a thing about the judiciary that he heads, that, I mean, you people are not performing and this and that, and then you have the NBA president, national now, I mean, saying that, I mean, virtually telling the whole world that, I'm appearing before this judge, and he's corrupt. Oh, yeah. He's biased. The kind of rulings I'm hearing, I've never heard it before. Wow. And then you heard the judge saying that, look at all these senior advocates of Nigeria, about 5, 6 of them. They are appearing before me. They are never ready for trial. Always asking for dates. Always trying to adjourn. Filing frivolous appeals. And that these are the people who are supposed to represent Nigeria against some corrupt individuals. I mean, they are handling a case against somebody who has committed an economic crime, and they cannot handle the matter. And the judge says that. And the NJC will spend all the time on just the salami case. Just like any other level, they will tell you, EFCC will say, bring the evidence. There should be self-cleansing. The judiciary can clean up itself. But you see, you can't give...
Is it possible?
You can. No, yes, that's where I'm going. You cannot give what you don't have. I mean, if the head is bad, you can't expect the body to hold. Until this country, until the people who have the power or who have the mandate to pick judges start looking outside. I mean, not allowing it to be by promotion. Because for so many years now, what has been happening is, if you are a magistrate in so many states, you graduate to become a judge. From there, you go to Court of Appeal. From there, you go to Supreme Court. They are not mixing them up like you have in America. They'll take a professor from Harvard. Come there. It had happened in Nigeria before. Somebody was taken from their to head the Supreme Court. And it worked. Because even if you take the pains, even as journalists, to read the judgments of the Supreme Court of those days, and you compare it to the watery decisions we see today, you will appreciate where we're coming from. Because when you read a judgment by Okuta, JSA, it's like literature. It's very flowery. You see the reasoning. You see a man moving from the general to the specific with the most beautiful language you can think of. But that is no longer there. So if the Justice of Supreme Court says, see the people who are representing all this, I can't understand, there's no intelligence here anymore and all that, what are they giving to us? What are they writing? That is the truth of the matter.
So they're telling politicians, the door is open. Come get it if you can.
And that is what is happening. You have clients who come to you. I have experienced it. Any lawyer that is truthful will tell you that he has experienced it. You have clients who come to you, just help me file this case. Yesterday, I still have some clients in my office who came to me and said, look, we've spoken to this, we've spoken to that person, we've spoken to that person. All we want is for you to just put this case in. We will get the injunction.
That's it.
I'm telling you. I'm not making this up.
Wow.
They've been with me for 2 years, and I said, look, unless and until I see proof. When they came yesterday, they brought all I wanted. They've gone to archives about everywhere. The surveyor has done his job, and I see that they have a good case. But to them, they came last week and said, look, we went to one person and he said, look, your lawyer is not doing his job well. Just put it in. And I said, I can only put in what I can defend up to Supreme Court. So that when I get there, even if a judge grants me an injunction, I should be able to defend it. Where the other party decides that, how can you grant an injunction on the basis of this useless evidence? Then I should be able to defend it. That's why I won't go. I don't want to depend on any judge. Because if you can talk to a judge and he or she says she will help you, it means the other people can talk to the same judge and she will say she will help them if the price is right.
Wow.
Now we're talking of a case of the highest bidder. I remember
yes.
We have also talked about the once upon a time era when you just talked about when you don't get to see judges outside, you don't get to see them at parties or events.
Even
or
when you see them walking, you have to. They are like masquerades, you know, the bad dog masquerade, the very dangerous ones. The judge is coming, you step aside.
Is there a battle of sorts between lawyers and judges? I mean, is there a battle to say, no, these people are responsible for the corruption? No, these people are responsible for the corruption. Do you see that kind of friction? Or
I don't really see a battle. I think all of us in the trade appreciate the fact that it's a two-way flow. It flows both ways. I mean, lawyers are corrupt, judges are corrupt, magistrates are corrupt. Even the workers in the judiciary, everybody. And like I always say, the bottom line is this. It is because we are all Nigerians. The Nigerian society is corrupt. The leadership is corrupt. So you can have a judiciary that is better than what you have generally.